Okay, guys, back here with another daily review. Today is Monday, September 25th, 2023, and today I'm going to be covering the final hour of trading and the setup that I took with live executions, obviously. So, let's get straight into it. If you look here, my inner circle members, you guys can look back to my pre-market analysis, and you can see that everything delivered this last week as we intended. So we got to the level we wanted to see. So taking our fib, you see we got into a relatively deep discount. We cleared the sell stops here, previous month's low, as well as the sell stops below this swing low, and then we traded essentially the midpoint of this imbalance right here on the daily time frame. And it's also on Monday, so with that you can reasonably expect some type of initial reaction up off of this level here. And we obviously got that today in the PM session. And then I'm also looking at this imbalance left behind here from this energetic run from last week. I want to see if we can draw up into that tomorrow. And then I'm also going to be looking at this breaker here, this down close candle. Low, low, high, get below it, and then see how we act once we get back up to this down close candle. So let's just go straight down to the 1 hour time frame here. So if you take a look, midnight opening right here. I'm not going to put it on here, but just look at the midnight opening, extend that out. We trade way below the midnight opening to do what? Clear the sell side, induce traders to keep getting short off of this long move here. And then what does it do? It accumulates short orders below the midnight opening here in the New York session. It creates this 1 hour order block right here. We completely displace above that and get a change in the state and delivery on the hourly time frame. And then we were targeting the buy side liquidity up here at the London highs. And you see how the market, it traded up here, almost matched this high, and then traded off, giving hope that was going to be some type of resistance. That's not what I was thinking. And then what does it do? Comes the whole way down and then just slams right above that and takes out anyone who is trying to get short. So with that being said, let's drop down again. So what do we have? Right about the midpoint of this daily discount array, we have this intermittent term low formed. So the swing low right here on the 15-minute time frame, swing low to the left of it, swing low to the right, intermittent term low. Get our expansion off of that with that 1 hour order block. Match this high. Very choppy price action here for about a couple hours here. Trades down, engineers this sell side right here. Trade right through that, clearing the sell stops, but also trading right back to new week opening gap here. So I'm actually going to fix my level here because it's not correct. So there we go. There's that new week opening gap. So we trade down to that. It's also an optimal trade entry. So it gets to the 62% retracement level. Into that 1 hour order block right here. And then also this mitigation block, this up close candle, low, high, higher low, and then this up close candle will be the mitigation block. Extend that out. We also have this discount imbalance being repriced to right here. And then right after that, we form this 15-minute order block right here, this down close candle. We get that change in the state of delivery right within the final hour of trading macro, which I'll get more into on the 1 minute time frame. But we get that change in the state of delivery. We get our meaningful displacement after we just went through all this chop here. We finally get that meaningful displacement higher. And then we can reasonably expect these buy side highs to be swept. That's what I was targeting all morning. Inner circle members, everything was there. Nothing can be faked in there. I'm literally typing everything in there real time and ahead of time. But anyways, Optimal trade entry into discount raise. We get that change in the state of delivery. We get our displacement. 5-minute time frame. So I'm going to take this 15-minute imbalance away and refine it to the 5-minute. So obviously we dipped into there. And then these two down close candles, 5-minute order block. Now on the 5-minute time frame, you can see along with this London high and this lunch high right here, you see how it stacks up more buy side for it to then attack later. So all this here, all this movement here is just time distortion, and it's the algorithm building up more liquidity for them to then sweep it. So lots of buy side stacked up here. We have the sell stops cleared right here. These lows right here would be the sell side. Clear that into an optimal trade entry. Once again, I'll pull up my fib. See that? We get right into that sweet spot there. We get our meaningful displacement, completely neglect this 5-minute gap. We trade up, trade right back down, almost completely overlapping this 5-minute gap. That's where I went long. And then you're simply just targeting the highs up here. So down to the 1-minute time frame. So these two lines right here, this is that new week opening gap, remember? So yes, we neglected it a little bit, but that's just because we wanted to clear the sell side and get into those discount arrays. We also found support at this tan shade area is that daily time frame objective I was telling you about. So we displace higher, we get a market structure shift above this swing high right here, and then we retrace into a fractal discount on the 1-minute time frame into this imbalance, and then we leave this open as a breakaway gap. You do not want to see this initial gap being traded into, especially in final hour macros, this breakaway gap here. So if this was traded to, I mean, this trade idea is completely like it's gone. This is a breakaway gap, and then you see how we reprice into this one, and then into this gap right here in a discount. You always wait for it to retrace into a discount before you take a trade. And where do we stop? Right here. We trade right back down in new week opening gap once we get back above it, and then we trade into these imbalances along with this small little inversion gap right here. See that? This gap right here, extend that out. Now, why is any of this important to me? Everything that I just outlined just now on the 1-minute time frame, that's all only important to me because we were in, let me get it out here. In that final hour macro. So that is, what's that? That is 5:15 military time, obviously, to 15:45. So basically just 3:15 to 3:45 p.m. So if we extend this out, you see the trade happened within the final hour macro. That's what I'm looking for. I'm taking executions within that macro, and this is why I went long right here. You guys saw the executions, obviously. Now, once we got to the new week opening gap and traded into a discount, I waited. We get this down close candle here, and then we shift above that. That's a 1-minute change in the state and delivery. As soon as we wicked right back down to that 1-minute order block, that's exactly where I went long. You can refer back to the video. That exact opening right there is where I went long. And then you guys saw the business on that. So this 1-minute order block here. So I guess this is one of the gold nuggets, I guess they'll call it. Whenever I'm anticipating a trade like this on the 15 or 5-minute time frame like this, once we got to that discount, a lot of times I'll wait for a change of the state and delivery on the 1-minute time frame and then take a 1-minute order block to get in sync with the buy program, and that's exactly what I did here. And for the final hour of trading, you guys saw in the title I said the secret to it. What's the secret to it? How do you know when to trade the final hour macro, and how do you know when not to? And the answer to that is there untapped liquidity that looks obvious? If yes, then you want to be trading the final hour macro. So if there's untapped liquidity as you're entering the final hour macro, that's when you want to be trading it. I'm not saying every single time that'll work, but most of the times you'll find a nice trade in the final hour, which is 3 to 4 p.m. if there's untapped liquidity. I mean, look at all this buy side stacked up here. So using this macro when there's untapped liquidity, and then using everything I just taught in this video here, the signatures you look for, all of that's the secret to trading the final hour. And if you follow that, everything I just said here, you will find yourself making a good deal of money in the final hour. So I think that's everything I wanted to share here. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the live stream. Good luck at trading.